Are you in the market for some great tips on raising a puppy? Want to make sure you do it right from the beginning so you don't have any problems later? You've come to the right place. This video is going to give you some great advice on what to do and what not to do with your new puppy. Now, I have so much I want to tell you, but I'm going to have to give you just the highlights or we'll be here for hours. So be sure to check out my other videos on this channel for even more great content. Michelle here with How to Train a Dream Dog. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get notified when the next video goes live. Okay, without further ado, you like what I did there? Let's dive in. Restrict freedom at first. If you've watched some of my other videos on surviving the first week or the first 24 hours, you've heard this one before, but it's worth repeating. The more freedom you give your puppy, the more likely they are to have accidents. And I'm not talking about doo-doo. There's another pun. Chewing and destroying, ingesting. New puppies are so curious and they only have their mouths to investigate these interesting things. So you may see a lot of things that go into their mouth that you don't want. Now, I recommend crate training for when the puppy is sleeping and when you are gone, and using a puppy pen for when you're home, but you can't supervise them 100% of the time. As your puppy grows, you can open up new rooms to her. But when she's young and still learning, I suggest you keep the space small. This will also help her from feeling overwhelmed when she first comes home, and helps her gain confidence as she starts to feel like she knows her space. All right, don't use punishment or fear-based techniques. Now, you might have heard some silly advice like to always walk out of a door or in front of your dog so that he learns that you are the alpha. Or maybe to rub their nose in a potty accident so he knows not to do it again. Yeah, I know that advice is out there. When I first became a trainer, that was information that we learned and that others recommended, but we are so much smarter now, and animal science and behavior has come a long way. And now I want to tell you nope, nopity, nope, nope to those outdated theories. Those techniques use fear and punishment and stress to communicate with your dog. Yikes, that's scary, isn't it? Dogs don't learn from that. Dogs do things for a reason, and it's up to us to figure it out and adjust accordingly. And that alpha dog thing, that alpha concept, it's bunk. It's not based on actual current animal science, but unfortunately it's gotten a lot of crazy press in the past. These techniques are going to break down your relationship, and pretty soon your dog's vault doors will be closed. No learning will be taking place if she fears you and is stressed when you're around. Do you learn more from someone that's yelling at you or calmly explaining new concepts? Be your dog's best friend and guide her. Don't punish or dominate her. Now you can learn more about this theory from this video here. Teach the lifetime skills first. I know, it's so fun to show off those cute little puppy high fives or those rollovers when company comes over. But pump the brakes on those skills just for a bit. The skills we teach our puppies first become the foundational skills. Our puppies get very good at them and default to them when they want to get our attention. Do you really want your puppy pawing on you or your company when he or she needs or wants attention? Or would you rather he sit nicely and make eye contact with you? In my online course, I start with the foundational skills like sit and focus and a bump it, a game we play with our palm. These skills then become the building blocks for more skills, including walking nicely on a leash, impulse control, and recall, or the come cue. The bottom line is, you have to pay attention to the order of the skills you teach. It makes a difference. You may not realize this until it's too late, so trust me on this one. All right, ready for another don't? Don't let the puppy sleep with you until later. Did you see what I said there? I know, those little furry potatoes are so cute, and when they sleep, you just want to cuddle them forever. But it's cute until it's not cute. Potty training, teething, normal puppy curiosity, and even sterilization surgery. can make bed sleeping really problematic. Your soft, squishy mattress acts like a big sponge for any potty accidents, and the blankets and the pillows might be great chew toys. Pretty soon, your pup will be curious and may not want to stick by your side all night long. Wait until these phases have passed for your best success. That's usually around 9 months or a year. Now, you might also continue to crate your puppy at night for life. That is perfectly acceptable and a great option, and that's what we actually do in our home. I find that I get better rest if the dogs are tucked away in their own spaces. I think they sleep better too. They definitely don't get into any trouble when I'm asleep. Alright, time for another do. Do teach the puppy to signal for potty breaks. Sometimes I get comments from my students. Michelle, my puppy gives no signals that he needs to go potty. He just has an accident right there wherever he is. Well, I have to break it to the students that the pup does actually give off signals. But the human brain is probably just not quite used to seeing those signals. So they end up missing the signal from their dog. After all, canines speak body language, and that's a hard one for humans to learn. Dr. Dolittle is not a real thing. But if your puppy is not signaling to you in a way that you recognize, you can actually teach him to signal to you in a different way. I am a big fan of the bell technique. Now, this system involves teaching the pup to ring a bell when he needs to go potty outside. This system is clear for the human, easy to teach our dog, and easy for you to take with you whenever you travel. There are bells that hang next to a door and some that sit on the floor. Pick one that works for you and your puppy. Now, the complete bell training lesson is in the free digital New Puppy Starter Kit. You can find that below this video. You're going to find this awesome starter kit answers just about any question you have about potty training. Grab it today, but wait until after you're done with this video, of course. Do you love all this great info? Are you ready for your next tip? All right, the next do is expose your puppy to new things soon and often. Those first few weeks when your puppy is in your home usually coincide with a window of opportunity in their brain and development called the imprint period. This phase is when they are learning how to process new things in the world and gain confidence and security. Exposing your puppy to new things positively and as often as possible in this phase is really going to set your puppy up for success later on. Now, if your vet tells you not to take them out until all their vaccines are complete, I'd suggest you get a new vet. Current animal science tells us that the benefits of positive socialization and exposure during this phase far outweigh the risks. Ensure they are getting plenty of exposure in the critical first few weeks. This will actually have a lasting effect for your pup. This exposure should always be positive, not stressful, and does not mean interactions. Let the puppy learn about new things in the world by simply smelling and exploring. This does not mean dog parks or even play dates or pet stores. It could mean drive-throughs with the windows down slightly so they can get a sniff and be safe in their crate. Or maybe you can take walks in parking lots and unused trails or occasional visits to a friend's house. Now, wait until pup has settled into your new home for about a week or so and then head out to do exposure trips every day. While we're on this topic, this leads me to my next don't. Don't go to dog parks. Now, I've said it before and I will say it again. You do not need to go to the dog parks to exercise or socialize your dog. There are far better and safer ways to do it. This would be like taking a toddler to a room full of other toddlers with no supervision and expecting it to all go well. It just doesn't. It's fine until it's not fine, and this situation is always not fine. Unfortunately, too many dog owners bring inappropriate dogs to the dog park. These dogs tend to start fights, whether they mean to or not, and many people don't follow rules about leaving food and toys or kids under 10 out of the park. The dogs then fight over these resources and kids get knocked down or scratched. And many people don't know how to read canine body language and misinterpret the signals that dogs are giving off. They brush off these signals, which puts their dog as well as other dogs in danger. Too many people bring sick dogs with kennel cough or contagious diseases to the dog park as well. And people bring their high energy, revved up dog that's been in a crate all day to the dog park. That can lead to an altercation. Instead of going to the dog park, I would suggest you find a friend with a dog that's about the same size and temperament to have a good playdate experience with. Some people arrange small groups of similar dogs to play with on a regular basis. Help your dog pick friends that are like him and that he enjoys. You might have caught on to something I said just now, that many people don't know how to read canine body language and that they misinterpret the signals the dogs are giving off. That leads me to my next do. Do understand canine body language. Humans and canines don't speak the same language. Through the process of training, you can actually teach him to understand you, but you also owe it to him to understand his language a little bit more. You'll never be fluent in dog. Their body signals are so subtle, it can be impossible for humans to pick up on every little thing unless you study this for a living, like I do. But take some time to understand some of the big cues, like when he's happy, or when he's stressed, or scared, or curious. Now, on a side note, a wagging tail does not always mean a happy dog. That's what I mean about studying up on canine body language. Knowing these signals allows you to better understand his reaction to situations, so you know what to do. Having a dog means having a relationship with him or her, and that means you need to be able to communicate and understand each other. Now, one of the most popular parts of my online course is the lessons on canine body language. I even have a video in there where I watch a doggy play date and then I narrate with the signals that I'm seeing to show you what to look for too. My students actually really love that lesson, and I know you will too. Next up, another don't. Don't expect more than your puppy's developmental age. Just because these furballs can run and bark and jump and play doesn't mean their brains are the same age as humans who can do that. Take some time to understand what your dog's brain is capable of and adjust your expectations and training accordingly. Now, I mentioned before about my online course that goes into the order of the skills you should teach first. We start off easy for young puppies and then get increasingly harder as the puppy grows and develops. I have so much more I could tell you on this. After all, I've been a trainer for 20 years. How can I pack 20 years of experience and study into one YouTube video? I can't. But I think you'll agree that I got you off to a good start. But I won't leave you there just yet. I actually have a little lightning round of do's and don'ts I'm going to share with you, just to make sure that you have all the information you need to get started on puppy raising. Now, before I wrap up with the rest of my great tips, hit that subscribe button so you get notified when next week's video is available. Okay, just a few more quick do's and don'ts without any explanation. I'm just running out of time and I want to get it all in for you today. But trust me on these, and join me in the online course, or maybe our Facebook group if you want to know more. Do use treats, praise, and play as rewards. Don't wait for vaccinations to be complete to start outdoor exercise. Do use positive reinforcement. We all work for something. Don't expect your dog will simply grow out of it, whatever it is. Do understand what your dog loves to do and provide plenty of opportunities to do it. Don't assign human emotions to dogs. Do trust professionals, not Aunt Sally or some random person stopping you on the street while you're out walking your dog. Now, when it comes to animal behavior and science, you need to hear it from a professional who is up to date on the most current training methods and techniques. And in case you were wondering, that's me. We're all out of time for today, but I think I've given you a lot to think about. Now, I know you're going to do a great job with the info, and you and your puppy will both benefit from it the most. Now, in the comments below, tell me what tip was new for you today.